Okay, so I should be working. And game audio is also working. Let's make sure my face is being captured, shall we? Right. Now, where were we? Hmm. Game audio is being captured. Okay, that's picking some. That's picking the punch up. I just don't know if it's picking the music up. Picking up some of the louder noises. So I'm hoping that is picking up the music fine. Right, so it looks like everyone else is still asleep, so let's just sleep for another hour, let everyone get up. What kind of a baker sleeps in this time of day? You're a baker, you should, well, a miller. You'd be awake at 4. Let's try that. You getting up yet, lazy guy? I need to talk to you for the next part of the quest. Because unfortunately I don't have the skill of lock picking yet to be able to pick your door while you're asleep. Wait, what? I don't have a lockpick? I had lockpicks. That's a lie. Hey, Rip. There once was a maiden from Stonebury Hollow. She didn't talk much, but boy did she swallow. Thank you. I was expecting a limerick, but I suppose a rhyming couplet will do. Will you wake the fuck up?
My name's Henry.
Well,
Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa.
well, this is definitely a cutscene of all.
2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure.
I will. I've already made it back by selling flowers.
And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Well, what would you need from me?
Let's go for the
A
quests.
trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble
It
is,
doesn't surprise
he
me.
buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
Oh, that's interesting.
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this.
I think waking him up for this talk
Oh, and,
was a bad idea.
Watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage.
We have
And I
become
don't just
one.
mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him. Good luck to you.
Spade, I think, was there. Yes, I see you. I'm just going to take that. But before we leave, we have important work to do. And by important work, I mean... Don't you dare go to... Oh, God, I thought he was going to go back to bed.
Take care now. Try unlocking this trunk. Hold the lockpick in your right hand and use it to feel out.
That is loud.
In the left hand, you hold the blade and use it.
Right, so sectoral lockpicking is turned off.
Now turn the whole lock with the blade, but don't stop holding the tumbler with the pick. You're a dab hand, Hal. Make something out of you yet. Remember, this trunk's only for practice. The real ones, you have to watch out.
Is there a sound setting?
Qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo.
Yes, thank you, Henry. I wasn't wanting that. I wanted to lower the water volume because, geez, that was loud. At least it was on my end. I don't know whether it was on yours. And I am going to just continue picking this until it won't let me. Because luckily, this is just free lockpicking experience. You open it, and then you leave it. It relocks. And lockpicking is where we make all of our money. Totally legitimately, and not by stealing stuff from shops and then selling it back to other shops. No, we're totally not doing a Skyrim in this game. Or even better, just stealing the entire amount of coin that the vendor owns right out of his trunks. But the problem is they're all either hard or very hard locks. Heyo, Sheeper. Did you succeed, or did someone have to leave? Let me, Yay, you won! You won! Let me do a... and hope that I've remembered. No, that is not what I wanted to do. That is both of the commands at the same time. I am too sleepy for this. Thank you, Ace. Thank you. There we go. Granted, everyone who's here already knows Sheeper. Yeah, this game is mad fun. I have supplemented the experience with a few mods just to make life a little bit interesting. I have got caffeine, and I will take you up on that. And just so you know, hydrating. The Beppis has been opened. There we go. Although that won't make any difference because I'm completely immune to caffeine's effect after 25 years of abusing the shit. Yeah, I do like this game. It is Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we play as Henry. A common lad Henry from down to the road, who had his whole town burnt to the ground in the last episode. And he is one of... Actually, no, a bunch of them did manage to escape the night after. But I think we get to open this 10 times before the auto lock stops happening. Because this is meant to be the practice chest. Because it assumes you didn't get the lockpick in your hometown and go around raiding everyone's houses for their groschen. Hey, new level in lockpicking. That's what I like to see. Let's have a look what perks are available. So twice as long, or 20% to repair any broken lockpick. Well, 20% chance of any broken ones returning to the inventory, so you can fix broken ones. I'd rather have them last longer, I think. Because they're cheap to get. Once you can find the people that sell them, they're relatively cheap. And by the time you actually need to use them that often. Oh. Yep, and the auto lock has now run out. don't think we can learn pickpocketing from you yet. I think we have to do your job first. No, we have to do your job first. So I suppose we should go and pick up a corpse. So up the road, across, and like through the woods. Granted, at this point we don't have a horse yet, which is a little bit irritating, but yeah, normally I go straight to talk to nobleman. Oh, and I meant to ask, Sheepa, did you get the chest again? Or did you actually get something new this time? As your raid drop? It would tickle me in all the right spots if I found that you got 2 chests dropped from the end raid boss chests. Not that I'm cruel in any way, it'd just be funny. Wormwood, it's wormwood. I want wormwood. Yeah, more than anything, this game is just a flower picking simulator. There is some stabbing involved, but it is mostly flower picking. I can't Skyrim up there, but I will take the poppies. Right, let me up the hill. Let me up the hill. Come on. Gonna be somewhere along here that's shallow enough for me to get up. I really should have took the other route. I didn't realise there were so many massive hills. I want the wormwood. Oh, it's not even wormwood, is it? It's just something that looks really close to wormwood. I'm the best herbalist. I just want to get up here so that I can dig up a corpse. There's nothing wrong with that. Technically. As long as no one sees us do it. Oh, don't think we have any thistle. Marigold we definitely want to take, simply for the fact is that's what we make our healing potions with in this game. And the wormwood is poisons. And I do love me a game where you can poison. You give me a weapon that I can slap some poison on, do some damage over time whilst I'm running for my life, I will take it. Especially when you can put that onto arrows and shoot people in the face with it. I mean, if I was sensible, I probably would have waited until night time to do this. Where were you? You were somewhere nearby. No, there you are. I like how you get smooth 60 FPS digging animation.
Nothing on the left hand. The right? Oh shit, there's nothing there either. Where the fuck is that ring? Oh, that stench makes me want to puke. Peshek will pay for this.
Yep. Peshek is a absolute git. Because he knew there was no ring there. He just did that to make sure we would actually be willing to do dirty work. Oh, thank you. It took me freaking ages to do this. And it went through... Is the audio really not... I know that it flagged up a couple of things like the punching. But I'd lowered it down last week for... what do you call it?
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in celo et in terra. Panem nostrum super substantialem da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimissimus debitor.
Okay, yeah, Henry, shut up. I want to listen to the other sounds next. But there's birds chirping now. Can you hear that? But the music's finally getting picked up. Yeah, we walk near town and our frame rate halves. Or it might just be the game might not like us tabbing out. I don't know. Now let's tab out and then tab back in rather than clicking on the window. No, that doesn't make any difference. Let's get some depression meds. I mean St. John's wort. I can't steal their food. I've already stolen from it. The bonus about picking all these flowers is we picked up a perk in last episode called Leg Day. So that every time we pick a flower, we're technically doing a squat or a lunge. And so it does increase our strength now. Slowly but surely it gives us strength experience. Come here, Peshek. Got a bone to pick with you.
I've got the money to pay that debt.
And I was afraid you had a chamber pot for a head. That job's still going, if you're interested.
I know.
Sure, I'm on it.
There was no ring
There was
there.
a corpse in the grave, but no ring. What the fuck is going on?
Easy, Hal. Hold your horses. If the ring wasn't on the corpse, the executioner must have taken it before he buried the body.
I can see where this is going. You want me to get the ring from the executioner?
Clever lad. Only I wouldn't recommend talking to him about it. He's a bit touchy on the subject of robbing the dead. It'd be better to pinch it from his house.
All right, I'll go and find that ring.
It should be in a trunk somewhere in the house. And look here, Henry. Do you know how to get past a lock?
Get past the lock? You mean jemmy it off with a crowbar?
No, you don't. I mean the delicate, gentle art of opening it quietly and with sensitivity.
Yes, you already taught me, and I learnt it already.
Young maiden's cherry.
I have some experience.
All right. I'm glad to hear you're not as clumsy as you look. Here's a lockpick for the job.
Yay, free lockpick.
Would you teach me something about the milling craft? Like how to get things out of strangers' purses into your own?
Aye, why not? You're handy enough. No doubt you'll master it. Come behind the mill where we won't be seen. Take care now.
And of course, I utterly hate pickpocketing, so one of the mods that I installed makes it so pickpocketing is piss easy. I like the idea of the minigame. It's just really irritating. You still have to be sneaky. You can't just walk up and pickpocket someone; they will notice you.
I'll stand here and pretend I don't know you're there. You try sneaking up behind me without me seeing you and take something from my purse. First, you have to rummage in the purse. The longer you do it, the better chance you have of finding something valuable, but also of getting caught in the act. Once you've found something you want, you've got to pull it out, carefully, but fast enough so I don't notice. Try stealing my dagger. It's there, mixed up with other things.
Right, now turn around. Oh, the mod isn't working.
Caught you! If this was for real, I'd be yelling for a guard. Try it again.
Unfortunately, there aren't explosions in this.
That's the way. I hardly noticed you were there. I think you're ready to try it out for real. Best practice on drunks and sleeping folk, so you don't end up in jail before you even get started.
Thanks, Peshek.
You're welcome. But I'll be having that dagger back now.
Yeah, it looks like that's one of the mods that hasn't worked properly. I think the mod order might be screwed up. Because the mod was meant to basically give you a lot more time faster. As you hold down E, every second it ticks up that counter, which gives you more time to rummage when you let go of E. But the longer you hold it, the more chance they have of catching you, and obviously throwing you in jail. Or at least shouting for guards and making you run. But the mod that I'd installed just makes it so you get, I think you get the time on the counter like 5 times as fast or something. Although, to be fair, I don't pickpocket a lot, but sometimes there's someone that is just begging for it, who just annoys you, and you're like, I want to take something, I want to take your, keys. Especially if you're a shopkeeper. And you have a chest of goodies. Yeah, sadly in this there are no explosions. There are no fireballs, unfortunately. That would make this game so much more hilarious.
Me too.
Just standing in front of a bandit who just starts shouting at you and pointing a knife at you, and you just fire a fireball in his face and tell him to piss off. That would be hilarious, but unfortunately no. Now normally, after speaking with Peshek... Wait, are we... Was that just like frame flickering? Or was that actually the game having a bit of a fit? I think I played that a while ago. But yeah, normally, at this point, after we've spoken to Peshek and said, oh yes, we're sorry we were almost killed and you paid money, these guys would say, oi, you're not allowed in here, what you're doing? And we have to sort of just basically bullshit our way through.
I could die of shame to be reduced to begging. But what am I to do?
And that bullshitting is to go and talk to the Lord and go, sir, someone took your sword that I was holding on to. Really sorry, I'll get it back, I swear. Right, come on, SSD. Load times are meant to be quick on you. Load. There we go.
Be the smith's son, Hal.
On my soul, it is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Rattay. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
Luckily, these two blokes know me, because they were part of the guard in our village that managed to escape with everyone. I'm so glad. I don't know your names, but I'm so glad they managed to get out. And this is the part of the game where normally I start snooping around for easy things to steal. I'm totally honourable in this game. Yeah, I think with streaming, the cutscenes are going to take a little bit of extra time to load because the computer's having to think a bit more than normal. Someday I'll get a proper upgrade. It's mainly CPU that I need to upgrade now. I've got loads of RAM. I have a decent-ish graphics card. Need to relocate those things to a new motherboard and some new CPU.
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Pirkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honored. Pechstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, There's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it
I can't
upon
deny the
himself.
king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order.
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Oh, look how filthy our
It's
clothes
Henry.
are.
Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Townburg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Ratai. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and the dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir.
Yes.
Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well, believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything? Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, father, he's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, yes, I would. You won't regret it.
Oh, I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. Bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear, you're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
Bernard does not like us.
Don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
I don't quite think that's how it goes. Let me just quickly make sure I've got the right thing open so I can see chat better. Right, now let's go back in. I really do wish, game, that your frame rate would improve. You were running at 60 earlier. What changed? Right, so let's have a look at our quest. We have to undertake training with Sir Bernard. Reputation for being gruff, and he's not happy about Sir taking us on. So we have to go to the training room, which is up the other end of the town. Vengeance is one of the long-term ones, which is basically get the sword back and beat the shit out of the person that took it. And also beat the shit out of the person that killed our parents. And then this one is the Miller one. Who said that? They weren't you, because it was a bloke's voice. Someone said, "Can you come over here a moment?" Is he? Was he? No. Was it you? It was you.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Oh, are you the one that tells me to go and get rabbits or something?
What are you hanging around for? Don't you have any work to do?
No, I don't. Sigismund's marauders took everything I had and reduced me to beggary.
I'm from Skalitz and, well,
What's it about?
Since I lost everything, I've been doing whatever I could to survive. Only I got caught with my hand in someone else's pocket. And since then, I can't even set foot on the square without the catchbolts pouncing on me.
So you're a pickpocket? Alright, get to the point. But keep your hands where I can see them.
My honestly begged groschen were taken from me by that bastard of a guard, Hasdera. He claimed I stole them and took them for himself, the swine. Well, if you can get them from his pocket back into mine, where they rightfully belong, I'll give you a share and teach you a handy trick too. What do you say?
Alright, I reckon I can manage that. How much coin are we talking about?
Everything he has on him. Half is yours.
It all sounds a bit fishy.
Well, take it or leave it. But if you get my money back from Pastor of the Guard, I'm sure I can put some more work your way. Good luck, cheers.
I'm from Skalitz and, well, you know.
Deal 50 groschen from Pazdera, the guard. That will be something we do when we have a little bit more pickpocketing skill. Which might be one of those things that I grind off stream by just sitting and saving next to a sleeping person and just pickpocketing them of everything they own. I mean, the saddest thing is you can't pickpocket things into people's inventories like you can with, you know, Fallout or Skyrim. Because I always find that hilarious, just reverse pickpocketing really ridiculous things. Like, oh, you're a beggar? Have a diamond. Oh, you're a lord? Have a pair of dirty pants. And just seeing what you can get away with is always funny. God, I wonder if... Oh, wait, thinking about... If I did do a Skyrim thing on stream, I'd have to uninstall all of the questionable mods. Because boy are they questionable. Soon combat arena. Soon the tournament. Where we will get beaten the shit out of for the first 2 attempts. Because we won't have the weapon skill. But it's still good to do because you get weapon skill by doing the combat arena stuff. Woof, 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 woof. Woof. Doggy.
Captain Bernard's not here. I should stop by during the day.
Henry, what the fuck does this look like? It's 2 in the afternoon. You can't get more day than this. Oh, and the Fog of War's on as well. Oh, that was another mod that I got rid of. There's just not gone through properly. I mean, at least the important one has gone on, which is the perks one, which I've got to make sure we've got all the useful weapon perks that aren't just here. Now you can do a funny little counter move that you spend levels upon levels getting to get a perk that, like, you can now pick 1 of 2 ways to just counter an opponent if you do this exact thing. And if you're using the right weapon. Whereas the perks mod that I've got makes weapon perks a little bit more useful overall. I mean, let's have a... It's been a while since I've actually looked at the combat skills. The defense ones, obviously, are very useful. But you level that up by being beaten up. Which is interesting. So blocking does... Yeah, reduces... blocking will actually make the opponents do stamina faster. If we get into a clinch, we can do more damage to their weapon. That is obviously more of the first one. Golem makes a 30% more frightening impression in dialogues. Basically, if you're wearing good armor, people actually get more afraid of you because they're like, holy shit, this dude is built for bear. We do not want to fight this man because he is full of metal. And this just makes that even better. Sweet scent. More things for the clinch. higher chance of overpowering them if we have lots of herbs on us because we stink. More armor from armor. In sunny weather, we get a charisma bonus if we're in plate mail. And the more plate mail components you wear, the higher the bonus, which I think is always fun. Able to equip weapons so cleverly that they weigh a third lighter than they actually weigh when you have them in your bags. That one is always a worthwhile one to get because it means you can wear the full plate mail without actually running out of equipment, inventory space. Warfare is sort of generic things for fighting, so greater opponent to draw blood. More damage the sword is, the higher chance of poisoning them when you hit them, even if you don't have a poison applied. But if you do have poison, the chances are halved to actually give the poison. So that one's... It's one of those ones that if you do use poisons and you like poisons, don't take this. If you don't like poisons, take this because it just gives you the better options. As you fight more, your sword does more, poisony damage. Fast regeneration at night. That's always a good one. Tactician. In combat, strength and agility just increases, so you just get better in combat. More you're wounded, more your attacks hurt. That one is another one that I like, mixed with Bloodletter. When you draw an opponent's blood, it gives you a strength bonus whilst in combat. We've got the classic 2 that you can only pick one of. Immovable object, which just in combat, your armor's more effective, but you're slower. And unstoppable force, you're quicker, and your enemies are more likely to flee. So, they both have bonuses. But the important ones that I like bow. More accurate shots, max stamina, more poison, all useful stuff. And I usually go with sword or mace. But under the sword and the mace, we do have the more generic, do these patterns in combat, and you will do this move. And usually, these moves are better than just wild hitting. Like in this case, we do a slash from the bottom left, then 2 stabs. So we get them to move their sword to block in one corner, and then we quickly stab them twice in the chest. So a couple of quick, shallow moves does extra damage. And like, as we get further on, minimum, like the really hard ones, it's fairly difficult to get these off. But if you can get them off, they really do damage. And this is why combat in this game is so fucking hard. You can just hit them with the sword, and they will die. But if you can get good at all of these and pick the right ones for the right weapon, because obviously this one is just for long swords. So if you're using a hunting sword, it doesn't do shit for you. Whereas with this one, if you use a long sword, this one's completely pointless for you. And then we have, again, the stuff in unarmed is a bit more generic as well, which I like. Yeah, gives you just little extra bonuses, so just go around punching a few people here and there.
God be with you.
I don't have much money. Also, why can I not ask you about fighting, about doing the contest? I wish to contest. And is it just because do I have no money? Is that it? Where was money again? Down here. No, I do have 27 monies. Maybe I just need to finish up the generic quest stuff first before that unlocks. Because I know we do that as part of the quest line we're currently on. With the bailiff stuff. Alright, since I did come down here to go into to do that archery combat to get a bit of extra experience of that early on. Can we go back here and then just wait for an hour? And will Bernard turn up? I hope Bernard turns up. Because otherwise we'll have to like spend an entire day doing other things like robbing the executioner. Hello, Bernard.
Good day to you.
I'm here for training.
Yes, you're that boy Sir Radzik sent.
Yes, that's me.
Let's get to it then, 'cause that's what Sir Radzik wishes. And because you've never held a sword in your
We
hand
have.
before, we'll start with something simpler.
Very well.
But we will do the basics because the basics will get us more experience.
I'll be with you.
It's basically the repeated stuff that we learnt in our home from the mercenary. Yeah, the way combat works in this is you can move the mouse when you're targeted. So if I do up, it will do an upward strike, and I can do side to side and everything.
Put your back into a good slash. No
Or
use waving the sword around like you're swatting flies. Go into the attack with your whole body. Try slashing from various sides to get used to it. All right. That's it. Well done. Well done. Good. That 20 tip isn't for decoration. Try stabbing me with it a few times.
And of course our stamina at this point of the game is also really pathetic, so
Not bad.
that will improve as we go through and we can be better at combat.
Very good.
Yeah, right click lets us do the swipes.
Slashing, stabbing, and
No,
movement are the
left click
foundations
does the
of
swipes and
build
right
everything
click does
else
the
on.
stab.
Now, try something more complicated. One strike, I can simply fend off. You mustn't give your opponent time to react. Bring your strikes together. As soon as you finish one, begin another. Strike, strike, strike.
So
Not bad.
and of course you need to keep moving.
Waiting for.
Waiting for my stamina to get back up, you bastard.
Very good. Now let's see how you do with defense. It's not hard to block a basic strike. Just watch out, move your sword into the path of the blow.
Oh god, this is the bit that I hated. Right, so up.
No, again. Very good. Good. Nice. Nice.
I normally do this with a shield though.
Very well then. Let's see what you're made of, lad. Come at me and don't hold back. Good strike.
Oh, that was painful. And unfortunately, them hitting you takes your stamina, so you want to avoid them hitting you. And sadly, at this point in the game, we don't know perfect block yet. Which is how I get through most combat. And it's what he's mostly using on us when we attack.
That's enough. Have my work cut out, it seems. That's life. Let's try something more advanced. When in combat, keep an eye on the space between you and your opponent. That is your space. Try to attack from the side the opponent will find harder to block in time. If I'm holding the sword raised up, do an uppercut. If my sword is low, lunge. Let's try it. You strike a few times at the side where I'm not holding my sword. Not like that! Not bad. That's it. Nice. That's it. Very good. Right, lesson 2. Everything you've learned about blocking is wrong.
Yes, because you
When
just
I
taught it
cover,
to
I
me.
can simply fend off your blows with my sword and gain control of the space between us. It's better not to control just the space, but actually your opponent's weapon. Attack, and I'll show you. All right, that will do. Now you. The trick is to stay in your stand. As soon as I start to attack, you block. The move knocks the blade aside.
And now we wait for the green circle in the middle.
Very good. Very good.
And even better, it doesn't cost any stamina.
Nice. Very good. Right, now we'll try it a little faster. Concentrate and block just at the moment I start attacking. I'll strike you from above each time so you can see it well. All right. Good. That's it.
Of course, because it's training, we're not allowed to be past him. Otherwise, that would be a bit too cheeky.
Well done. That's it. Good, good. Now let's try it at full speed. You probably won't succeed, but that's normal at the start. You must train. Let's go. Ow. Ow. Captain Bernard.
Oh, we've got a couple of them. But yeah, at full speed, it goes quite quick. But if anything, this is how you do quick time events in a game. You don't have to do them, but if you do them, it gives you an advantage. It's one of the few games where I actually don't mind having a little bit of a quick time event in combat.
I know. I'm actually here to train at the archery range. My hand's grown heavy lately. You don't mind, do you, Bernard?
Not at all, my lord. Good day to you, blacksmith boy.
Try not to hurt yourself.
Where did we finish? Yeah, leading the opponent where you want him. There's one more way to evade a strike. Simply step aside, attack, and I'll show you.
Yep, you can duck.
Oh, quickly!
All right, try it. It's important not to move too soon. I'll see where you're going and hit you. At the same will happen if you move too late. I'll attack slowly now. As you see me, raise the weapon, jump aside. It'll throw the opponent off a bit, and there's your chance. Good. Very good. Not bad. Fine. Now try it a little quicker. Try and get used to the rhythm. Never take your eyes off your opponent. You'll see a strike before it's even properly started.
Oh, that one right to the head.
Very good. Not bad. Good. Ah! And the last thing for today, a trick. You raise the sword to force your opponent to block, but then change the direction of the attack at the last moment. The opponent won't even know what hit it. Try it. Draw back the weapon, then change the attack zone and strike, so I don't have time to react. No, not like that. No, that's not it. Wrong, damn it. No, not like that. No. Well done. All right. All right.
You go to strike high and then strike low. Oh, he got it.
Wrong, damn it. Very good. All right. Well, now, that wasn't too bad. Maybe we'll make a soldier of you after all. But don't get cocky. You have to train hard and persistently. You might have talent, but talent alone won't do. Practice.
Whenever you've got nothing better to do and you're in the mood for it, you can come and train here with me. I can teach you something more when you're up to it.
Yay!
Don't leave yet. The Radzig also wanted me to teach you archery. Come with me.
That's another thing that I might do off stream, I don't know. It's just, depending on how far we get in the quests, of course, because some of the quests are timed. So you can't just sit up here and just keep on training and training and training once you get to a certain point, which is relatively early on in the game. But I think the quest we're on now and the one following it are fine. They're not timed.
I feel quite hungry.
Wait, no, the bailiff one is. If you don't turn up for your first shift, they get pissed at you. Obviously. Who wouldn't? Yeah, once we're at a point where going for a day or two won't fuck up any events that are happening, I might just do some random training with him. For as long as possible, get a bunch of bandages, a bunch of potions. Train with him until I get beaten the shit out of. Take a potion. Train with him again until I get beaten the shit out of. It'll increase our weapon skill. It'll also increase defense skill and warfare. All of which are very useful to have in this game. Because right now we literally are pathetic in combat. If we came up against the bandit, there's a 50-50 chance we would just immediately die. With a bit of work, we can get up to like 75% chance. And then about halfway through the game, you get to a point where you can just beat the living shit out of bandits, and it's only armed mercenaries and shit you've got to worry about. So it does have a pretty good way of
Take this bow,
ramping up the difficulty.
Over there. We can start. And another thing. Put on this arm guard. Without it, you could flay your forearm with a bowstring, so be sure to wear it.
Thank you, Captain.
I can confirm there are some bows out there that are fucking nasty.
Now concentrate. The bow ain't exactly the weapon of choice of a knight, but it can come in very handy. You've got two bandits coming at you from a distance. You shoot one in the eye, drop your bow, and draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his subjects to learn archery. He even organized contests in Prague. But you wouldn't have gotten far there. They're holding the thing like a piece of firewood.
Which, this is the thing I actually know about. And at the moment, we do not fire when there is a person in front of us.
No jerky movement. Just let the string slide out of your fingers, as if you were about to draw it back more. All in one movement. The arrow aiming at the target and flying at it. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The arrow drops.
Yeah, which is why the arrows are absolutely pathetic.
A better one, and then those arrows will fly so fast you won't see them. Don't forget the arm bow. If you've mastered the bow a bit.
Don't you fucking tempt me.
Well, that was awful. I didn't imagine a village yokel like you would have much skill, but you failed to meet even my low expectations.
I don't know why you're wasting your time, Sir Bernard. Nothing will come of him anyway, and at the first sign of trouble, he'll run away like any other cowardly peasant. After all, he's done it before.
What did you say? Calm down, boy. Keep in mind who you're talking to.
The braggart who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Now, you've really done it. You'll go to the stocks for that.
Calm yourself, Sir Bernard. If the blacksmith boy feels he can prove himself, then let him try. Do you think you can beat me? Well?
Anytime.
Very well. If you defeat me, I'll give you my bow. If you lose, you'll have to pay up. Do you even have any coin?
I don't have enough.
Then you'll owe me or work it off. Let's get to it.
And then for some reason, Western music. Bro, do we have a... I don't want to use the shitty bow. I want to use a bow that's vaguely decent. Aim for there. Full draw and loose. No, a bit further down. Oh. Yes. Beat that, you silver-tongued fool. Anytime you're ready. I noticed you got 4 points. Now I'm using a real bow instead of the shitty training one I got given.
Didn't expect that. Probably just wasn't your day, sir.
I told you I have a heavy hand, ever since I fell off that horse during the last hunt. What are you grinning about, boy? I think you owe me a little payback. How about a sword fight at the arena?
If you like.
Sir Hans, is this necessary? Sir Hanush has already had words about you fighting with your subjects. He explicitly told me.
I know what he told you. You can just tell him I didn't listen to you. So what's it going to be, blacksmith?
If we must.
Excellent. Then let's go.
Now we have to actually fight. Which will hurt us, and we don't get magically healed at the end. Well, let's try the dodge stuff. Well, that did not dodge as much as I was hoping. We managed to get one perfect block in. And the longer we can keep this up, the more experience we get. Oh! That's in your neck! I think we got his sword. Not sword, bow. I think we won his bow.
Well, you got the better of me this time, blacksmith. I must be having an off day.
Are you alright, sir?
Don't worry your mangy head about me, peasant. We'll see each other again soon enough. You can keep my bow. Best years are behind it anyway.
And it's actually not a bad bow. Do still need a little bit of extra strength and agility to use it, but it's a decent one until we start getting higher levels and can use the better bows. I mean, the one we were using at the moment is really weak. You know, 37 power, not much. Here's one, 54. We just need to get 5 and 5 on strength and agility, which we are currently 3 and 1. But as we play through, I mean, let's see. Agility is evading, sabers, archery. So yeah, as we start shooting stuff with archery, agility will go up. And strength, we just have to continue picking flowers and beating the shit out of stuff. And we'll be fine for that. Oh, we do get magically healed after that. Please, Bernard, don't be horrible. The guy asked for it.
You better hope his lordship hasn't taken it back.
I hope he has.
Watch it, boy. A few of my men have won fights against him before and never had a problem. But you could be the first. Now go to the rat house. The bailiff's waiting for you there.
All right, Captain.
Now we report to the bailiff. to go smack some pee-pee. Or, as what ends up happening, we tell a beggar to piss off. And then we tell everyone it's time to go to bed. It's an incredibly eventful day in the castle. Not as cute as the dogs, but you would be delicious fried in batter. You're free range. Oh, we found the cobbler. That's a point. We have got kits. How badly damaged are our clothes and shoes? Oh, come on, game. You're on an SSD. You should not be taking this long to load. So, other... Right, so blacksmith's kit. Oh, we can use it on a couple of things, so that's some skill we're going to get from that. We can't repair the boots, they're too damaged. We can repair a couple of things. So that'll at least get us a little bit of experience toward maintenance. Of course, we can just pay the people to fix it for us. We can go to a cobbler and say, fix my shoes. And go to a blacksmith to say, you know, fix my weapons. And to a generic outfitter for the rest of the clothing. But being able to do it ourselves just means that we have to pay less in the long run. Because if you're playing this normally and you don't take advantage of the fact that shopkeepers have really piss poor security and just leave their chests of gold with only just a lock on them. I mean, anyone can lockpick their way through that. Right, what time are we? It is a bit late, but let me have a look at the... Does the quest log say? Report to the bailiff. Oh, I'm not sure if... I don't know whether or not reporting to the bailiff now makes it so that if the next couple of things are timed. Because I know that he tells us to go and meet a dude and then do a patrol. But it doesn't mention anything about that at the moment. Can we... We can't. Hopefully we'll find a pot that's got some food in it to eat. I mean, we probably have some, but... Yeah, that's not the best quality, but it's a bread roll. What's the worst that could happen? That is definitely going to be a drop. Eat the cheese. Eat the apples. We are now stuffed. Also, don't mind the bowl of lentil mash in the middle of the floor. No one will notice. No one will comment. I'm Coming for you, Capon. I'm going to get you. I can walk faster than you can run. You. Oh my god. It gave us a tackle thing, and then I was so tempted to attempt to tackle him. Because that would have been hilarious. Right, now was this the easier way? Yes, up and past the forester's hut. I think, just double check on what the... Yeah, I think running increases vitality stats. So just keeping on running. Me! Yeah, thank you, Twitch, for telling me that Sheepa was a raider. I know he raided me. He raided me an hour ago. You don't have to tell me he's a raider. Also, he's one of my mods. And he's one of my subscribers. I think I know who Sheepa is, Twitch. Now, let's remember what direction we're going to steal this thing. To the north. To north. To Yorkshire. You're gonna say hello to Kay's cooking. How is Sheepy anyway? Is Sheepy doing good? No captions, I said sheepy, not sheeby. Oh, you still have the headache from yesterday? I will give you forehead kissy. Mwah. Oh, the creator headache. I haven't had that yet because I still haven't created anything worth a damn. Apart from chaos. Hello, Executioner. Don't mind me walking into your house in broad daylight. Oh no. He's following me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. You just... I think we can as well just pay him for the ring. But the ring is worthless, so we don't want to pay him for the ring. Hey. Nothing. I guess I really am going to have to turn up at the middle of the night. Or knock you the fuck out. Hello. I'm going to quickly drop a save down for this. just in case that other thing is timed. Because if it is timed, we reload the save and we go and do that and not get complained at by the people who are actually in charge. This thing is just a side quest. But I would like to do more of the Miller quests on this run through. Because I pretty much normally get to this point and then give up. Because, you know, mostly just thievery. And I'm like, I can do thievery and still make more money than these jobs. So why would I do them? Oh yeah, no, I remember now as well. If we go into town, you have to have a torch on. Otherwise, they assume you're up to no good, and they will try to arrest you. And then they give you an option. They say, "Oi, what are you doing? Where's your light?" And if you keep on walking around without it, they get a little bit angry. Where is entrance? It's a bit dark. That's a tree. Here? Nope, that's the wall. I mean, if I was sensible, I would have checked to see if he was asleep before I started this. Not that the ring is here anyway, but I will take your money. So I think that means that the ring is going to be on him. Oh, he's there. He was not asleep. He was not asleep. So 0 noise. Now we just need to well, there's times where I really wish I had one. This was one of those games where you had some kind of magic vision. Are we short of waiting for an hour? Make sure he's definitely asleep. We still have the other save to go back to if needs be. Yep, there's a tournament happening today, which we aren't going to be able to get to, I don't think, unless the we have moonlight, so right. We are indeed in a private area. But he's asleep. Now this is where we put down the save to stop ourselves completely getting messed up. Or I could do this. We don't want to kill him. Are you kidding me? He doesn't even have it on him anyway. Well, hopefully it's in one of your trunks. Even though I have the key, I am going to unlock it. Get the experience.
Well, I never.
Well, that knocking out didn't last long.
I'll squash you like the louse you are.
Yeah, we are not good with combat. But what is worse, it wasn't even in that fucking chest. I was going to reload the save. That would be this one. Most recent, please.
Who are you?
Oh, for God's sake! Please give me a chance. Oh, hang on. Wait, no, no, no. Shoot the body. Take the keys. Take everything he owns because fuck him. The chest in... Another chest that's in there, isn't it?
Be off now. You don't.
And luckily, because he didn't catch us doing lockpicking this time round. Oh, you know what? We've got the experience.
Miller Peshek sent me. He's very sorry, but by mistake, he didn't give you the full weight of flour last time. He says you should come and get the balance.
That rogue. How much is it?
Half a sack. That's nothing to sneeze at.
It certainly isn't. I'll go there right away.
Well, that was simple. Yes. Run in your underwear down to the mill. Whilst I have your keys from when I just knocked you out. I forgot that was an option of telling him to go somewhere else. Right. Again, we do have the keys, but... Dead man's ring. Oh, and some...
What? This is nothing but an ordinary copper band. It's not worth a tin penny.
This is the one with actual valuables in. So I'm going to take the bandages and the bludgeon, the piercer. Clothes are also relatively worth something, so yoink. Oh, and also just to add insult to injury, I'll have some lunch. And now that we're not sneaking anymore, we can go and put our armors back on. Also, a lot of it is just worn out stuff. So, armor protection. We can at some point get some really nice or dark armor that is very good for sneaking around, but also gives a good amount of protection. Oh, and actually thinking about it, before we run into anyone, especially if they're in guard form, we want to make sure we have a torch. And honestly, I am tempted to go for longer than normal today. Because this is just a slow game in general. I mean, so far we've only really done one quest and a half. I mean, turning this in technically completes the quest for this one. So we would have done 2. But not much has happened so far. So I might go for a bit longer and finish off doing the bailiff quest. I mean, I do have this week off work, so I don't have to wake up and be, you know, conscious. As long as I'm awake for the morning, then I'll be fine. A wolf. And let's just go to sleep in our armor. Because I'm sure that is not going to be bad for your back. Right, if we go until 6. Comfort's still pretty low, so we don't get a huge amount of energy back, but we are getting enough. Depends if the miller's awake at 6. If he's not, we're going to go to sleep for another hour. Ooh, I noticed we I like how we have a bounty in Skalitz and everyone there is kind of not around anymore. Yeah, we do have a small bounty. Does it tell us what our bounty is anywhere? Or does it just tell us that we are wanted? I mean, I do kind of want to go into town. But as long as we make sure we don't have anything on us that's stolen, they can't do shit about it. Fortunately, that is unfortunately that's stolen. That's fine. Those savior snaps are stolen, so let's just hide those. That deer hide is stolen. Did we not also take this? We did take sheepskin from him, but I think it's just added them together, but I don't want to trust it, so I'll just put that away. Right, theoretically, they shouldn't have anything to complain to us about now because we're perfectly spotless. Oh yeah, probably want some shoes on. Right, Miller. Were you awake or you... You're certainly not working. Oops. Yeah, you are up there, aren't you? And oh man, the temptation just to steal from you as well. We can't pickpocket him, which is interesting. Right, come on, get up. Let's combine... Oh wait, this time it didn't happen.
I have that ring for you.
Good. Nice to know you're the sort of lad I can trust with a job like that. Now run with the ring to Wojciech, the miller in Kohelnitz. He'll have some work for you, and I'll have something for you soon too. A clever fellow like you will never want for work. At the very least, I'll buy risky goods from you. I mean, the kind that used to belong to someone else and you can't sell to just anyone.
You'll buy stolen goods from me. Oh, thanks for your trust. I'm sure that'll come in useful.
I put all those away, so I'm not going to worry about that now.
I'm interested in betting on the tour.
Of course you are.
What can I bet on?
Let's keep it simple. You can bet on yourself to win the whole tournament. If you reckon you're up to it, not everyone's got what it takes. If you lose, you forfeit your wager. But if you win, you'll get double back from me, on top of the prize money from Sir Hanush. That's a fair wager, ain't it?
It is. I don't think I'm going to take you up on it because I'm just going in for combat practice right now. You can give us training in pickpocketing and lockpicking.
You're able to open locks without a key. Will you teach me how?
Certainly.
How much does it cost?
I'd
Beginner.
like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Yeah, let's just say everything we have on us.
Now listen.
There we go. We got that for a little bit cheaper. It's not giving us a full level, but it's enough. And once we get better at lockpicking, money will not be a problem for us. Because there are people called merchants who keep valuable things locked away behind stuff that you lockpick, which you can liberate from their owners and sell to the Miller Peshek. But I'm not going to do that until we have the horse, because the horse is a beautiful creature of deceit. Because no one ever checks the horse for stolen property. Because the horse is innocent. No one would think the horse could be a thief. So you steal everything you can, unload it onto the horse magically from a distance, and then if the guards do spot you, you can say, "Oh, just pat me down, have a look for the stolen goods if you think it was me," and they won't find any, and you can laugh and go and sell your ill-gotten gains, and no one will ever suspect the horse. Oh yeah, we've hurt both of our feet, so we've got a little bit lower health, which is not particularly great. Oh yeah, hey you there, blah 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 blah.
Stop right where you are.
Hey, who's there? Hey,
Sir,
you.
Whoa!
You're under arrest for breaking the law.
Hey, you! Don't move him
Oh,
up.
shut
Come
up.
on then, horse son. I'm warning
Oh,
you.
is it G?
Give yourself up.
All right, you win.
Oh, I thought I said Q. Jeez, they're about to beat me to shit.
What the hell do you think you were doing, hurting people like that? We won't put up with violent brutes here.
Oh, I like that. It's just because I
should have thought twice about what you're doing.
suffocated a guy rather than stealing.
Fine.
Ooh, we do have quite high speech.
Just my luck.
Oh, no, that didn't
Look, I
work.
can't tell you anymore. The fate of the whole empire hangs in the balance.
We need a bit more speech for that.
High politics, you know? Not a peep to anyone.
Do you think I'm so stupid as to fall for such a fairy tale? Not a chance.
I can't pay that.
You still have to pay the penalty. Looks like...
Jail?
You'll love it there. It's all set up, specially just for the light.
A bit annoying. We might miss the tournament now. Oh my god, 5 days. Jesus Christ. Just for punching a dude in the face? Okay, can you skip? Oh, please skip. Oh, come on. You're gonna make me wait out the entire thing. I'm really amazed it's actually that much of a time. I might jump back to our sleep save if that's the case. Depending on what happens after these 3 days are up. It's annoying that we've missed the tourney. Glad we didn't put a wager on it. Oh, la la
I
la
wonder
la.
what Teresa's up to.
Yeah,
I haven't
that's
seen her
wonderful.
for a long time.
Yeah, you've not seen her for a long
Maybe I
time
could
because
go and see her.
you're in prison. I mean, what do you want? The conjugal visit? She doesn't even like you that way yet. That's for the DLC. Hopefully the bailiff is not going to be pissed off that we just decided to not turn up for a week. If anything, we might need to reload for that reason alone. So we failed the Rate Tourney because we couldn't go. Because for some reason... Oh, didn't want to press that button. Yeah, for some reason, they don't let people that are in jail go to the tournaments. It does look like the bailiff... We haven't lost...
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.
Did I see a fireplace with food as I walked past? Oh, it's just some stairs. What the fuck, Henry? Come on. No, that was not a fireplace down here with food. Right, now, depending on if the bailiff shouts at us or not, we may or may not need to reload. Are we? Is this a trespassing area? Technically, no. That's not the bailiff. Where's the bailiff? Oh, was the rat house up here? No, that's the back of the armor smith. That comes later. We'll pick that lock later. Because armor smiths have money. Also, they have armor, which can be sold for money. So you're in here somewhere, bailiff. Oh, we're definitely gonna need to work on potions and the like. Are you out? Right, this still is not trespassing. Wake the fuck up, bailiff. I need to know if you're going to shout at me.
I'm to put myself under the bailiff's command.
Ah, so you're the young man Sir Radzig appointed?
Yes.
Very well. Sir Radzig asked me to test you a little.
Okay, that's fine. He didn't shout at us.
We've a few disputes to settle. It seems some of your former neighbors have been acting quite inappropriate.
I was expecting him to complain that we just disappeared for 4 days.
Sort things out.
And we can't tell him, oh, we're in jail, sorry.
You can count on me, bailiff.
You're certainly bold. I like that. Have you been to see Captain Bernard?
Yes.
I have. He trained me, and then Sir Hans Capon challenged me to a duel.
I see. Sir Hans Capon likes to measure his strength against others. But be careful, Henry. Noblemen are quick to anger, and you don't need that kind of trouble. Well, anyway, you're going to assist my town guard. Come to the church in the afternoon. Yaroslav the watchman, Nightingale they call him, will wait for you there. He'll show you around the town and teach you a little about keeping the peace.
Kill everyone.
And you need to stop by the armory to pick up some gear.
Yes, bailiff. I want to learn to read. Who should I go and see?
There's a retired scribe in Uzhitz. He could teach you.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Because again, I would like to learn to read. Because reading gives us access to skill books, which we can read when we're at somewhere nice and comfy. And naturally, skill books just give us experience towards whatever skill there is. Oh, we are running a bit sleepy. Let me just double check on my thing for potion making. Potion recipes. I believe it's cockerel. We need valerian and mint. Do we have valerian and mint on us? No, but we do have some back at the miller's place that I dropped off because it was too heavy. But getting that and making a couple of cockerel potions would probably be quite good. Just because then we can, if we're like now where we're really tired, but we have a thing that needs doing, we can just... It's basically this game's version of Monster Energy, let's face it. Been long enough, I think we can probably steal from... I mean, liberate the food from this pot down here.
To eat.
Yes, I know, Henry. We're running to go and get some. Because this part of the game, it's quite easy to just, you know, walk around, take stuff from unattended pots. The great thing is you can drop things into the pot, which at some points in the game is really fun because you can just, if you can sneak up to an enemy's campfire and you happen to have poisons or knockout potions of any kind, you can just drop them into the food and then walk away and wait for everyone to sit down around the campfire for a nice bit of hearty stew, and then they all die. In fact, one mission, the side objective is to actually do that and just poison some shit. Right, so open. I wanted the Valerian, but not quite that much. One Valerian to 2 mint. Oh, well, we've only got 24 mint. We might as well just take the lot. Now we go back to the herbalist. And unlike some games where you have to actually learn the recipe to do something, in this, you are allowed to, if you know the recipe, you can just make it and it will go, oh, you created the correct potion, and then it will just memorize it for you. And with the right perks, you can then just auto-create them. But for now, before we go and visit Nightingale, we're going to get some cockerel potions. Which means you're going to get to see the wonders of this game's potion crafting system. And oh boy, is it a crafting system. Yay, running has given us some vitality. Who would have thought? Definitely not me, who really needs vitality in life. I think my main thing after we finish this for the day is working out why the mods have fallen apart. Because they worked when I last updated and then, well, last loaded the game up to test it. Because I did do all this after we played last week. And I was thinking it was sorted, but it wasn't. Right, so start alchemy. First we need spirits. Grind the mint, boil the mint. Right, so we need to go to inventory. We want the mint and we want the Valerian. So we need 2 mint. 1. 2. And then we grind the mint. Into the cauldron with you. Then boil for 1 turn. We've stolen Sheepy's hourglass. Okay, that has been boiled. Now, we just add the Valerian. No need to grind, we just add it as is. And then we boil it again. For 2 more turns. That was 1. And then we need to distill this one. We get the file. And normally we would take it directly from the cauldron, but this needs distilling, so let's... Now, do we have Nightingale Potion? We discovered a new recipe! You've brewed Cockerel Potion. Now to do it again. So, spirits. Take our ground mint. Add it to our lamb chops, I mean add it to our cauldron. We boil for 1 turn. Which is essentially as long as this fire lasts. There's no real need for the sand glass, it's just there for looking pretty. So once this ends, that's been boiled for 1 turn. We add the valerian. Then we boil once. And we boil twice. Then we distill. Ooh, new level in alchemy. What are we actually looking like in terms of skill for alchemy? We've got to level 1. We need to get to level 3 to get the first level. Okay. So this mod's working. That definitely must mean that it's the mod load order that's causing the issues. Because this is working fine. Because routine is normally on, I think, level 5. But auto brew is just a useful thing to have, especially, you know, if we're streaming. It's I mean, you can see how slow it is to do these potions. If we're going to sit here and do like 50 healing potions and we don't have auto brew, it will take like an hour just for that alone. So mint, valerian. Yeah, I picked up the mod, and all the mod does is just move the place in the tier list. So rather than it being a a skill that a perk you need level 5 for. It's a perk you can get as long as you have at least level 1. Which to get a perk point, you need to be level 3, so you will have got it by that time. But alchemy is one of those things that I do want to make sure we have on our character, because potion making for healing potions and poison stuff. Poison is so useful. With how hard combat is, if you can just poison your blade, it gives you such an edge, literally, in combat. If you can just do that extra bit of damage over time, or depending on the poison, you can make people fall unconscious, you can make them sick, or you can just do plain damage. I think if you're unlucky and you aren't careful, you can accidentally put healing potions onto arrows as well, so you can shoot people and heal them, which is hilarious, and I love games that let you do that, but you still do the damage of the arrow, so if you try and heal someone with it, they still end up hurt. Because funnily enough, shooting someone to heal them is not that useful when you just have an arrow. Yeah, so I think one thing I want to do before next stream is collect all the herbs I need to do at least one of each of the potions. Get all the recipes dealt with. I mean, I do have a lot of stuff on here, and I do have a load still in the chest back down at the miller's. But I want to make sure that I've got all the recipes ready to go, and I don't want to buy the recipes because that's just a waste of money. If we can somehow just magically know the potion recipes, and because we're just such a... Henry is just an amazing herbalist. He hasn't been taught. He just knows that mint and valerian, yeah, that'll keep you awake at night. I don't know if it will, technically. I know valerian's meant to help with sleep, but I think that's just meant to be that it helps you fall asleep. And mint is mint. So I don't think that will help you wake up either. But I'm not going to question the game. Game knows best. Valerian in. I think we'll finish this one up. And then we'll go and do... Oh no, that's the help screen. I don't want the help. I wanted to see what time it was. Right, complete the potion. And that will do for now. Oh, and look at that. Dead on 11 o'clock. Which is about the time our friend turns up to take us on our quest. So we will now imbibe one of our freshly made cockerel potions. And we gained a new level in drinking. And now we just wait, I suppose. Nettles, was that? We don't have chamomile yet, I don't think, or at least we don't have much of it. So we're also waiting for the last few minutes for our friend to turn up. I say friend, our companion, our teacher. Or the dude that's going to walk around the town with us and bore us to tears with stuff about the town. There's no mint around here, is there? Eye bright. That's useful. That's our basically equivalent of night eye potion. Very useful if you're trying to steal stuff, because you can see things without needing a torch. And let me tell you, stealing when you're holding a torch is a bit difficult. Henry has no respect for the graves. He doesn't even mention the fact that we're running over them. We have plenty of nettles. We've got like 300 of them. Woof woof. A woof woof. Oh, was that something? Or was that just the option to sit? Or chamomile. And then I think that's everything that's worthwhile. And hello, Nightingale. Just in time.
Here I am. My name is Henry. We're supposed to go on patrol together?
You report for duty dressed like that?
Well, I've got nothing better to do.
You'd look more frightening with a pitchfork. Go and get kitted out first.
Oops.
Fine, I'll go and get something.
I forgot that was what we had to do. Easiest way to get behind those through here, I think. But how far up was it? It wasn't this far up, was it? Oh, maybe it was. This looks to be the place. Oh.
Send you here for something?
Yes, they did.
I was told to pick up a kit here.
Name
Henry.
Have you come from the
and
bailiff?
in fealty too?
Sir Radzig Cobbler.
Yes, I've got you. Well, come on in then. Make yourself at home.
You're after something.
Henry.
Tell me.
If my memory serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all.
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
Yes.
Someone send you here for something?
It's quite enough for patrolling the town. You're there to stop trouble, not start it.
So light padded, common bassinet, and a quaff. A quaff. They already had a common bassinet on. They already owned light padded armor. And I already had a quaff. Oh, how I want to steal from you, but I think there's always someone here. So short of going in and murdering the guards, I don't think we can ever steal from those things. Ow. And we make sure to run everywhere just to get the vitality up. I think what we'll do is we'll do the walk around of the baby thing and then we'll save it there. I think the mission after that is a timed one. So we'd either have to do it tonight or wait till next time. It's not something I can... It's not something we can sort of put off. We'd have to sort of do it as soon as we take the quest.
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robard and his knights.
All honor to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
Well, I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
I don't want to be kicking around in the dirt while other men do honest work.
You're an eager one, aren't you?
Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
Don't forget, I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go.
Just idly stabs the people. But, oh, you're having a bit of an argument. Stab, stab. You can't anymore.
It serves not only as the house of God, but as the crypt of the Lords of Lipa, our masters. The gravedigger lives right round the corner. The priest, too. Our parish priest. Man shouldn't speak ill about servants of the Lord.
Oh, but you should.
This is our rat house. Pretty big, eh?
But look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at him.
And the jail. You don't want to see the inside, not even as a guard. Naturally, we have an executioner too, but he doesn't live in town.
Oh yeah, I've met him.
Be proper, as I'm sure you know.
I got put in jail for 5 days because I suffocated him and made him fall unconscious.
This pillory was brand new in autumn.
And then I stole his shit, but no one knows because he was unconscious. The fact that he didn't put 2 and 2 together is amazing. Like, someone knocked me unconscious. All of my stuff's gone. Well, it can't have been the same person. That would be silly. Go and check it out, Henry.
If you won't go to the church.
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
About time you turned up. This filthy beggar thinks.
My name is Jane.
No one cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
Oh no, do I have any money?
What's the problem here?
This is my shop, and I won't have beggars sitting on my doorstep. Let her go and squat in a square. She won't be in anyone's way there, and there's plenty of folk to beg from.
Must you sit here, of all places?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Folk drive me away wherever I sit. I can't keep walking all day and night.
Can't you show us some Christian charity, Armourer?
What? Have you any idea how much I've given away in alms, even to this witch only yesterday?
Is that true?
Might be, might not.
Did you get any alms or not?
Yes.
From the Armourer here?
I don't know. And even if I did, that was yesterday, and my belly's empty again today.
That's true.
What would you know about it?
We're both good Christians, aren't we? We should each give something to the poor soul.
And what then?
Then Jane will be on her way. Immediately.
King Solomon now, are you, lad? Fine. Fine, have it your way.
God bless you, and you too, citizen. I won't be a nuisance no more, really. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus, you're as bad as each other.
We have solved the dispute. By guilt tripping the guy.
Your old neighbors are living here now. It's a bit of a shithole. Even so, you should be thankful to Sir Hanush. If the town burghers got their way, your folk wouldn't be let anywhere near the town. And now our people aren't too happy with him. Some fools are even calling for Sir Hanush to finally hand the fiefdom over to the young lord, Sir Hans Capon. Sir Hans's father, old Sir Yeshke, may God rest his soul, kept it till he was an old man. Then he retired from it, first to Moravia, then to eternity. Sir Hanush is managing the fiefdom until Sir Hans comes of age. They're related by blood somehow, the same great-great-grandfather or some such. The time's coming soon enough when the estates have to be handed over. These affairs often end in conflict. I hope we have nothing like that here.
Make sure we're following the right guard. I think I have that bowl in my kitchen. Oh, that's your helmet. Never mind.
This square here, it looks much better during the markets. Then it's filled to bursting with folk from all around.
Oh, singing with a bow on his back makes me want to go back and do archery again. I miss it. My health is so shit that I will not be able to do it for a while. I really want to do it. It's been one of those things that if I...
Shop here, and that mad merchant Wolfram Pruder.
Yes,
Pruder
thank
has
you
a
for
pretty
talking.
daughter, but he keeps her on a short rein, which the young bucks are none too happy about. I heard he even keeps the poor lass locked up at home all day.
Yeah, I can tell. But yeah, at some point I do want to do archery again.
Here. See that filthy beggar? By Christ, I'll show the bastard.
It might actually be a good video to do. If I ever did go back and do archery, get a camera, take it along with me.
Comfortable, are we?
Arms, please, sir.
Who do you take me for? Are you stupid or just insolent?
Well, what's the matter?
Stupid, then. There's no begging allowed here, so pick up your stinking arse and haul it somewhere else.
Who am I bothering here?
Me. Us. Everyone. If Sir Hanush saw you here, he'd take a whip to you.
All right, I'm going.
Damn beggars. You offer them a helping hand, and they want the whole arm. It's not like the rules aren't clear. Beggars belong at the church. There's one alehouse here on the market square, the Trader's Tavern. The other's up by the gate. We'll be going there later. Let's move along to the Inner Bailey.
Yeah, I would like to start doing some more well, I say more, any kind of video content for YouTube sort of things. I mean, VODs are getting uploaded there, I just haven't completely sorted them out yet. You know, I need to add tags and then unprivate them. All the ones on there are free from copyright, thankfully. Because obviously they're mostly these streams where we're just, you know, playing some games.
Here's the forge. The blacksmith has some trouble and he's not working at the moment, but his apprentice is standing in for him tolerably. I hear you're a blacksmith's apprentice too. You lot could help if needed, couldn't you?
Us? What do you mean?
You and your master, or your father, whoever taught you.
They...
What is it, lad?
My father was the master blacksmith. He was killed in Skalitz.
Ah, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thank you. So am I.
My papa died not long ago. Of course, it was old age got him. That's not the same, but I know a little how you feel.
Like I say, it would be nice to sort of do a little bit more than just stream. You know, once my health is better and I have more energy.
The Rate fiefdom is pretty big. Naturally, it starts here by the town and continues along the Sasau River all the way to Kohelnitz. Then there's Gallows Hill, lots of farmhouses scattered around. Neuhof, Merhoyed. Master Smill is in charge of Sir Hanush's stables. He's by far his best vassal. It's all a bit complicated for a newcomer, I suppose. This lord here, that lord there, this exemption here, that right there. Exemptions from exemptions, rights to half of something, so on. It'd take you a year to make head or tail of it. This tower was only half the size when I was a young lad. Sir Hanush had it extended and made into an armory.
Yeah, obviously once health is better and I have the extra energy, there's things I would like. I mean, I would like to do some of the streams that I've planned for a while. Things like, obviously I want to do more art streams, because I do enjoy doing those, even if it is just me drawing animals as figure drawing practice for like 2 hours. It would still be fun, and it also means I'm actually drawing and I'm actually practicing, which is something I'm extremely bad with. I'm never going to get good until I can actually, you know, get to draw more often.
God be with you, Benesh. How goes it?
Just, let them be quiet. But there's also like little sewing streams. Granted, it might be, I'd have to be careful with the sound setup because of the noise of the sewing machine. But it'd be nice to do things like, you know, making some long gloves, which are quite simple to do. I've got patterns for it. And it is a useful skill to have, to be able to either make your own or repair your own clothes.
So where is he?
In the tavern. He was thirsty, so he
went for an ale. We know how that goes. Come on, Henry. Let's go and find that idler, and you'd better talk some sense into him. What the fuck are you doing here when you're supposed to be on the gate? Move your carcass and don't guard the gate. Not a word. Get moving. You're lucky it was me found out, not the bailiff, or God forbid, Captain Bernard. Out!
You just stand on the bench.
Come and sit with me.
Why not fucking T-pose for dominance while you're on there? Now we get to play a bit of dice with Nightingale.
That fool got me all worked up.
Me as well, the lazy bastard.
My words exactly. And just when we need every pair of eyes. You never know when the humans might creep up on us. But that's enough about that. Let's not let it
The
spoil our
humans?
day.
What about the corianders?
Since we're sitting here anyway, how about a little game?
Why not?
Yeah, he doesn't use that for gambling, so let's just use our regular dice. What have we got? Ooh. That's not bad to start with. I'm going to risk it. Scroll and roll again. Don't go bust. Don't go bust. I'm going to score and pass on that, I think. Rolling again is too much of a risk. We need to have at least a 1 or a 5 turn up, if nothing else.
No point in pushing it.
I mean, it's just oh, it's a really lovely background you've got there, but yeah, 1 on the dice is worth 100 points. A 5 is worth 50. 3 of a kind is worth 100 multiplied by the number. So we can get away with, as long as there's at least a 1 or a 5, we don't go bust. But then we've got the 3 of a kinds and 4 of a kinds and 5 of a kinds, which obviously get more unlikely as you go, which get more and more points. And then there's basic, kind of like royal flushes near the bottom. So it's kind of a little bit like poker, but with using dice. Yeah, you get a certain hand, you play the best you've got. If you get a really shit hand, like what we have at the moment, which is a 1, let's see, we've got a 1, 2 3s, 2 6s, and a 2. The only thing we can do is hold the 1 and roll again. And then we see what we have, and we repeat the process. So again, 2 6s, 2 3s, useless, but we do have a 1. So we can hold it, score again. But obviously the fewer dice you have, the lower the chance is of you getting one that will actually give you points. So again, there's another 100. Now it's going to start getting a bit dicey, as the word would be. So, oh no, I pressed the wrong button. I just quit rather than I pressed Q instead of B. Damn it.
This will be the one.
Yeah, I wanted to do E, and then
We'll see.
Score. Wow, you're not. Oh, you are. Okay, I was going to say. Yeah, he won. That's a shame. We might have been there, but yeah, I do like Farkle. It's not quite on the level of Gwent from The Witcher.
One more thing and we're done for the night. Ringing the end of the day and closing the taverns.
Isn't it still a bit early?
I don't know how it was in Skalitz, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind, the bell is hanging outside the Rathouse. Ring 3 times, then go to the Trader's Tavern by the Market Square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
Yeah, so I do like Farkle as a game. It's not quite Gwent, because obviously Gwent has got more, actual game built into it. It's got like different decks to go with and different play styles, and it's all good. Farkle is pretty much a game, a bit more of a game of a bit of luck and a bit of skill. Mostly luck. If you get lucky and roll like 6 6s, you're just pretty much going to win. But you can get unlucky and just on the first roll, just get like a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 6. And I can like duplicates of 2 of those and then not be able to do anything to get points, which means you just go bust instantly. It has happened to me on a couple of occasions when playing it. So you are having to do the luck of the dice, but there's also a little bit of skill involved in terms of choosing what moves to take. Do you take that 3 of a kind 2s? Or do you just take a 1 and then re-roll 5 dice instead of... Oh, hang on, did I have to do that more than once? I think I had to do that more than once. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Yes, it's a game of sort of deciding what your best move is with what you've got. Yeah, like I said, I quite like it. It's a simple game, but it's fun. And especially fun once you can get some of the loaded dice, because those do exist in the game. You can get ones that give you like a 1 in, like a 2 or 3 in chance, 2 or 3 in 6 chance to get a 1. Which obviously, if you can get multiple ones of those, it's really good. It's one thing I might try and do offline is try to see if I can find out where those are located, because I know there's some of them that are just in people's pockets. And it might be a time for the pickpocketing to happen and just going and yoinking their dice. Because granted, Farkle is not as good as making money, it's just stealing.
In Olomouc was so drunk.
But if we're a bit desperate...
He dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. No, we can see that this wasn't going to end well. So, Sir Peter and I rode off to look for the good cannon on his pig.
Did you find him?
We tracked the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronau. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and planets. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and planets.
God save their bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
But what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all, you're dismissed.
Are you out of your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you, I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh, is he here? What, is it hiding under the table, maybe? No! Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. And besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Enough! You can't talk to me like that. I'm a nobleman.
Come now, sirs. You're not going to fight here, are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place.
Fist fight time. No matter what we do, get a bollocking for this. So we can either keep punching or just not fight. And either way, we get complained at for it.
Something to remember you by. Go on, Your Grace. Show him what for. Go on, Your Grace. Show him what for. That'll show him.
And here comes the people being annoyed. And I did punch a noble in the face 3 times, so that wasn't good, but he did start it. I am just a guard. Closed captions, I did not say Chernobyl. I said punched a noble.
What in the name of Christ is happening here? Hell? Answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a
By
lesson.
rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me to...
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman? And you, Hans, how many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Oh, hunting. Well then, Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Oh, naturally. Who am I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And you can take Henry here as your page.
Him? Absolutely not.
You'll do as I've commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities to the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are to Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
Well, at least we got some free armor out of that job. Armor that we already had. But, whatever. Oh, and we put our torch away during the fight, so let's take that back out so we don't get shouted at. Yeah, I think that is a good place to stop for the day. We've been running for just under 3 hours, and we've got barely any of the game complete because it's a slow game. We've got one little bit left to finish for the miller, which is just taking the ring to someone else to have them value it and say it's worth nothing. But then that unlocks more missions we can do for the millers if we want to do them, which are going to be thievery and pickpocketing type jobs. What else have we got? The side missions, we've got taking the ring to the other miller. That will unlock those quests. We can go and see Teresa and start courting her. Because obviously our last person we were interested in got murdered horribly, along with half the village. This one we probably won't do for a while. Because I think the next 2 missions are timed. So this might be one that's not next, but the one after in terms of stream. So not Thursday, but next Tuesday might be the first time we get to do, depending on how fast the other missions go on Thursday for this. And in terms of main quest, we've got the one that we can't do yet. It's just the overall long arc, and then meeting Lord Capon in the morning. Which isn't that bad. I actually, Lord Capon does grow on you after a while. He's just a bit of a dick up front, unfortunately. Oh, that's funny. Apparently, I've got a child. I've just had a text message saying, "Hi, Mum." That doesn't sound like a scam at all. At 1 in the morning. Yeah, so we'll leave this here. We've got a few quests to get on with next time round. So, let's see. Next stream. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit different because it's Prince Jazu's birthday stream. So I'm going to be having some fun with various games and stuff with Jazzy to help him celebrate. I don't know what kind. All I know is one of them is going to be the murder trivia party. That's the only game I know that he has planned. I think maybe he has Jackbox. But I'm not sure. And that is going to be one of those ones where I definitely will not be marking the game as Jackbox when we're playing it. Obviously, the past couple of weeks we've had some unsavory folk pop in when we play Jackbox. But hopefully, if we don't have the tag of Jackbox, and I've also removed the one tag that they seem to focus on. Unfortunately, it's annoying that I had to do that, but for now, it's the best option. Especially for tomorrow, I wouldn't want that to happen and ruin Jazzy's birthday. Let's face it. But at least, like I say, for now, I know that there's going to be murder trivia party, possibly Jackbox, and I'm sure Jazzy has other party games planned that we'll find out tomorrow. That starts at, I think, 6 PM GMT. Which would be, let's have a quick look at my clock. So, Eastern time is 4 hours behind me, so that would be 2 PM Eastern, which would be 1 Central, and my brain is dying. 11 AM Pacific time. So yeah, if you want to join in for those, that you're more than welcome. I'm sure it'll be fun. Granted, I will miss Empire of the Ants, but we might still get to play that depending on how long Jazzy's running. I don't know if it's going to be a whole night and we're going to be going for like 5 hours or something, or it might just be from 6 to 8. I'm not sure. It depends how much energy Jazzy's got going and what other plans he has for his birthday. So it might be that we have a couple of hours with Jazzy, playing some games with him and some other people, and then we can go and do some Empire of the Ants, Empire of the Undergrowth afterwards. But until then, see if there's anyone around to do the raid on. There is Queen of Rodents is playing Half-Life 2. Harrowick's doing some art. Let's ping over to Queen. I don't think I've given Queen a raid in some time. Yeah, as always, thank you for watching, everyone. It's been fun. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Jazzy birthday stream. Take care and enjoy Queen's content.